Hey there, boys and girls, and welcome to episode 253 of Sonic Boom TV. Still dealing with the burnt out ring lights, so I'm hoping to get one of those in the next week or so. Hopefully, not guaranteeing it, but hopefully. I got this hard shadow on my face and this bright light above me, and the bright light is always above me, but the ring light kind of balances out the shadows and stuff. So we can do like that. My beautiful face. No. Besides that, for some reason, my video is showing everything backwards. It's never done that before. So I don't know if this video is going to be frontwards or backwards. If it's backwards, we're going to do it all over again. But basically what I got today is some records. As you know, there's a bunch of records in these bins right here that I've showed last video or the video before. And then I got a few that's outside of it, maybe 12. I'm going to try to show those because I want to put them away. And I want to listen to a couple of them. I'm just going to go ahead and do this episode, and then during the week, hopefully start doing these other ones because I'm off this week. But I have some other stuff coming. As I mentioned, I'm going to be cutting down a little bit on buying for a while. And the last stuff that I bought, which is still quite a bit, I mean, maybe like 20 records, they should be starting to come in on Monday. There was some that were supposed to be delivered today, but they didn't come. And today, well, it was Saturday, it's now Sunday. There's two I got from Amazon coming that are kind of big ones. I get points at work for birthdays or not holidays, but if we do a good job or something, they give us points or whatever, and you can use those points for gift cards and stuff. And so I always put it on an Amazon card. So I had like $50 or something. So I got two records that I've really been wanting. There are, one of them is one of my all-time favorite albums, and I never had it on vinyl. So I'll be getting that. It's supposed to be on Monday for those. So we'll see them then. But for this episode, we've got mostly stuff from, all stuff from VC Vinyl again, off of Whatnot. A lot of 90s classics, I think. Pretty big albums in here, some of them. But others are, lesser known, but mostly alternative rock, mostly. Trying to flip through them. A little bit of punk rock, and all pretty good stuff. There's only one of them, two of them I'm not really sure of. But let's just get right into it. We have one Christmas album in here as well. Let's get right into it. I got REM's Green. This is one of their best albums. This is probably the one that made them famous, I would think. It's got a weird, on the back cover, it's got the sticker, the hype sticker, and it's basically the track listings, and it's got Pop Song 89, Get Up, You Are the Everything. Stand was their big hit that probably really broke them through, I think, is Stand. But World Leader, Pretend, the Wrong Child, Orange Crush, love that song. Turn You Inside Out, Hair Shirt, I Remember California, and I don't know what this last thing is. It says 325795. I don't know what that is. I don't think that's a song, but maybe it is. I just don't remember. But this is the 25th anniversary remaster. This thing the wrap was on it, but it was unsealed when I got it, and I was worried about it because I thought that it was going to be damaged, but it was not. When this went up, I got it for $20. When it went on, nobody else bid on it. I was shocked because I never saw them have one of these again. They've had a lot of REM stuff, and I've gotten a few. On the way, this actually has a download card in it as well. I don't need it because I have the original, but we've got a little download card. I have the CD of this, but this is remastered, so maybe it sounds different. I don't know. I never can tell on those things. But we've got inner sleeve, got a burgundy color with a tiny little picture of the band. the bottom there. Try to move my fingers a little bit. Then we've got the other side with the print and the World Leader Pretend lyrics. The only lyrics we've got with this. This side is just packaging. I mean the packaging. Credits, album credits. We've got black vinyl with the REM whatever. It's really dusty record. It needs to be clean, but there's nothing wrong with it. And I fully expected there to be something wrong with it because it was opened. And the last one I bought that was opened, there was a chip taken out of the edge of the record. Didn't affect the play, but still. This is probably one of my favorite REM albums, if not favorite. I'd have to rank them and really look at it, but it's top tier. It's kind of before they kind of hit the really hit mainstream and got poppy. Still really good stuff. So REM's Green, great album. Not where I was introduced to them though. The next one is a banger, as they say. I paid $22 for this one. It's got a little bit of corner damage, but I'm not too worried about it. It still looks pretty good. I haven't. I opened it yesterday just to see if it was colored because I wasn't sure. But Primus is Pork Soda. If you know Primus, then you definitely should know this album. This one has My Name Is Mud on it. That was the kind of their breakthrough as well, as far as mainstream goes. I don't know what we got going on here. We've got band photo, the bubbles in the video and stuff. I don't know. There was no kind of liner notes or anything. I think anyway. No. We've got black vinyl. It's two LPs, black vinyl. Got the Prawn Song logo on the label. Sorry about that. On both sides, and both records look exactly the same. This one, my favorite one is Sailing the Seas of Cheese, and then this is probably like maybe my fourth favorite Primus album. Primus did get a little. They were weird to begin with, but they got really weird after pretty much kind of after this. They started getting out there, and then they really got out there, and I like the later albums. I think I have all of them, in at least on CD, but I didn't like them as much. But you can see that it's got a little crease right there. I knew this one was going to have a little bit of damage when I bought it, but I wanted it, and it was $22. But it's got Pork Chop's little ditty. My name is Mud. Welcome to this world. Trying to think of songs people might know. The Pressman, Mr. Crinkle. And there's another Pork Chop's little ditty. And Hail Santa. So, good album. My Primus collection is getting there. It's I've got, I think, 2 more coming by them. So I'll be getting close to being complete on them. I know I need like the Green Naugahyde and some of the later ones. Next up was one that this band reissued their albums, and they made the covers like metallic, and I don't necessarily like what they did on Siamese Dream. That gives away who this band is. Look at the reflection. But this is Smashing Pumpkins. This is Gish, their first album. It says groundbreaking, iconic debut album, remastered and reissued for the first time on vinyl, 180 gram vinyl. First time on 180 gram vinyl, I should say. Includes I Am One, Rhinoceros, and Siva. Or Siva. I don't know how you say it. But the metallic doesn't bother me on this one so much. What they did on Siamese Dream is I have that one coming as well. They changed the color of the cover from, it's like the 2 little girls on the front, and then the sky was white on the original version, and they made it like this metallic orange for some reason. It's really weird. I don't know why they did that. But this one, definitely a good album. This is not, I'd never heard this one first. I definitely heard Siamese Dream first, and then went back to this. But this one was $24. Not a bad price, I don't think. I don't know what it really goes for, but let's pop it open. I don't know if y'all can hear my dog coughing over there or whatever she does. She's been doing better, but she still has her days where she... Okay, the back cover is a piece of paper that's going to come out, so I got to be careful with that. I don't know what's going on. Can't get it out, guys. Alright, so take this off. Save that hype sticker. Now the back, this paper comes off, revealing this. And it says souvenir 3, it's like French, 3 and de Beaupart, Burberry, whatever. I don't know. I don't know if that's the way the original is. I have to pull up my CD. I haven't listened to that in a while. Whoa, we got something else falling out here. Let's open it up. So inside, we've got a cover picture of the band, song lyrics for probably the whole album, or at least most of it. We've got, what fell out of the inside was a inner sleeve. Smashing Pumpkins. It's purple. It doesn't. It looks a little darker on the screen, I guess. But really cool. And then it's one LP. Okay. It's on black vinyl. This is a polyline sleeve. We've got side one, I mean, the big one on it, and side two with big two on it with the custom labels. Pretty nice. I do have Siamese Dream coming, and I also have Pisces Iscariot coming in my stuff. Hopefully this week. Hopefully Monday. But I want to get Melancholy and Infant Sadness. They've had it, but they've had some damaged ones, and I didn't want to pay the price because they're mostly going for somewhere between $60 and $80 for that, and I know it's more expensive than that. It's kind of like a box set the way they put it together, and there's no like regular version, I don't believe, of the that album. But my bud at Dead Broke Records, he bought 2 that were in really nice condition. At least they looked like they were on screen. He hasn't gotten them yet. So I know he's buying one for himself and the other to sell. I'm going to have to talk to him and see what he wants to sell that other one for. If it's in great condition, I might save up my money for it because it really is a great album. And I would like to have it on vinyl. I don't like what they did with the cover because they took the original cover image and like changed it to something else on the vinyl, so it didn't make any sense to me. But it is what it is. This one was gifted to me one day. I believe it's a $20 title by Stacy from Best Coast Music, Best Coast Records, one of those. I don't know. She's on Whatnot all the time. She got me The Grinch, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, narrated by Boris Karloff, soundtrack to the holiday animated classic on Grinch Green vinyl. She basically got this for my birthday on the November 24th. Anybody want to buy me birthday presents, feel free. I was on there, and she was like, I want to give you a birthday gift or whatever. Pick something, $20 or whatever. I think it was $20. It was 20 or 15. I believe it was 20. And then she bought it and gifted it to me, and here it is. So let's see what Grinch Green vinyl is. Ooh, it's pretty. Kind of this translucent green with the Grinch on there on both sides. I think it's the same picture. Yeah, same picture. I like Christmas music. I like this kind of stuff, and I didn't even know that this was on there. But it's got How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the whole thing. I guess it'll be the same as the cartoon that comes on. It's 21 minutes and 36 seconds, and then there's Welcome Christmas, Trim Up the Tree, You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch, and Welcome Christmas Reprise. I believe all these songs will be in the main part of the movie, I guess. When they're when he's telling the movie part or TV show, whatever you want to call it. So I guess they'll be repeated on both sides. I guess I don't. I mean, that's just me thinking out loud. But really kind of cool. I think they had different colors of this, but I'm glad I got the green one. Because he's green. But I think there might have been a red one, maybe. I don't know. I don't know why they would do a red one, but really cool for free. Now this one, I didn't know what it was. I still don't really know what it is, but people were going crazy for it when it popped up, and it's a soundtrack. I thought it was like some kind of classical. Excuse me. Classical stuff because of the way the cover looks, except for the logo and the subject. I didn't know this was. I guess it's the original motion picture soundtrack for Marie Antoinette. Now, that looks like a classical album to me. So much glare, guys. But it is anything but. I paid $20 for this one. I waited till everybody was just buying it like crazy, and then they were paying more than $20 most of the time. It seemed like, and I just waited a little while, and then they came up with a few more, and most people were paying like $22, and then I just kind of waited, and then I got it for $20. So I was like, all right, well, let's see what it is. And the reason I got it is because I went and looked it up and saw who was on this. Not classical at all. And I'll read off some of the stuff here. We've got. I'm just going to read off the band names, the song names. I don't know if these are all just original to this or maybe put on here from other things. But we got Susie and the Banshees, Bow Wow Wow, The Strokes, The Radio Department, New Order, Gang of Four, Bow Wow Wow again, Adam and the Ants, Antonio Vivaldi. That is probably classical because it's concerto in G. Windsor for the Derby, The Radio Department again, The Cure has Plain Song on here, Apex Twin, Dustin O'Halloran, Air, The Radio Department again, Dustin O'Halloran again, Francis Cooperin, Bow Wow Wow again. I don't know if it's the same song. No. Oh, I Want Candy's on here for Bow Wow Wow. So yeah, there's some of these songs are not specific to this movie, but are really cool. So where we are, the last side, Apex Twin again, Domenico Scarlatti, Square Pusher, Jean Philip Rameo. This sounds like a French name. I should be able to get it. Rameu, Rameau. Dustin O'Halloran, and finally The Cure again with All Cats Are Great. So wanna maybe look at that real quick. So maybe it's got a little bit of classical stuff in it, but a lot of alternative rock bands. Then we've got, whoa, didn't expect that, guys. Maybe that's why they were buying it all up. Who is that? That's your girl. Wow. I'm impressed. Let's show that again. What is her name? She was in Spider-Man. Mary Jane. I don't know. She's beautiful. So we've got black vinyl. So I'm probably going to be glad I picked this up. We've got a custom label. I can't really tell what that is. Some sort of indoor scene thing. And then we've got a black label on this side of that record. That is the second record. Polyline sleeves on white inner sleeves. This one also has a custom image on one side and a red label on the other. So Marie Antoinette, I didn't know there was a movie out, a newer movie. Kristen Dunst, is that her name? Maybe, I don't know. She's beautiful, whoever she is. Okay. That was 20. Next up, a band that they showed this one several times. I paid 20 for it. And it's a band that I just mentioned on there, actually. I never owned anything by them before. Susie and the Banshees. They showed this one several times. And then after I bought it and ran out of money, this was like one of the last things I bought that I had money, which is weird that I got this before some of the other stuff. But they showed a bunch of her other albums, or their other albums, after. So I don't know anything really about Susie and the Banshees. I just know that they were alternative rock band from the 80s, maybe in the 90s as well. I don't know when this came out. This one has a little, might be warped. I don't know. I don't know on this one. But this says, a seasonal selection for you to enjoy. Love, Susie X. Susie and the Banshees, All Souls, presented on 180 gram black vinyl, and it's Susie and the Banshees, All Souls. I really like the cover. I don't know if you can see, there's a little skull in the middle of that flowery kind of thing, and the same thing on the back. There's a barcode sticker right there. But yeah, I don't know anything about them. I may have heard some songs by them, just don't know it was them. And I know they were pretty big, as far as the alternative people go. So this one also has a printed inner sleeve with these orange and yellow flowers. There's that flower again, but it doesn't have the skull. More flowers on that side. Then we've got a black inner sleeve with poly-lined sleeve. I don't know why they do this. They put it in this. Why not just put the poly-lined stuff in this thing and call it a day? Save yourself some paper cost. But anyway, we've got nice labels. Nice label. So interesting. But had I not run out of money, I probably would have like 3 or 4 of their other albums too. But I had to stop when I had to stop, guys. I've told you guys already that. So that one was 20. This next one was also 20. The band I have a couple CDs by. My boss at my old job, they're from Texas. He lived in Texas for quite a while. And he used to say, there's this band over there that have the dumbest name. They'll never make anything out of themselves. And when he told me what they were, I just kind of smiled and was like, yeah, they're kind of popular though. And that's the Butthole Surfers. We got this one. It is Weird Revolution by Butthole Surfers, featuring the Shame of Life and Dracula from Houston on white color vinyl. Got the little parental advisory thing down here. This is one I don't know anything on. I don't have this one at all. But yeah, they had that song Pepper that was extremely popular, for a while. And when he was telling me that, I just kind of rolled my eyes because I was like, yeah, they're on the radio all the time. But he's not my boss anymore. Let's take this. It's a gatefold. I didn't realize that. So we open it up. No pretty girl on the inside of this one. Weird Revolution. We've got paper sleeve, no polyline. White vinyl with the... I don't know what kind of music... I don't know how to describe Butthole Surfers, besides they're kind of weird. They're alternative rock, I guess, but in a weird way. But there's always my favorite lyric from this band. And it's not really a lyric; it's more of like a little skit between songs, and it's like a guy getting pulled over by the police, and the cop comes to the car and he says, "What are you doing?" He said, "Chewing chocolate." "Where'd you get it?" "Dougie dropped it." And that was it, So I just always say that every once in a while. And my cousin, I don't see him very often, except for like Christmas, and I haven't seen him the last like 2 Christmases, I don't think, or at least last Christmas I didn't see him. But almost whenever I see him, I say that because he had the CD, I think, originally back in the day, and we used to always listen to it, and we used to always say that. So, what are you doing? Chewing chocolate? Where'd you get it? Doggy dropped it. Next one, one that I have, I think 3 albums by now, and I wanted this one because I thought the cover was cool, and I had already bought I think 2 albums by them. They're I guess there's some kind of heavy metal, but I don't want to say new metal, but I don't know, probably one of those metal cores or something, whatever. There's so many genres now, I don't keep up with it. But this one is Atreyu. Can't read it. Something Suicide Notes and Butterfly Kisses, and those are butterflies. They kind of look like mosquitoes, except the wings are pretty big. But this is a craft recording, Atreyu 20th anniversary, the acclaimed debut album featuring the singles Ain't Love Grand, Lip Gloss and Black, and more, exclusively crafted an outstanding debut. So I've got a couple, and I don't really know much about this band, but I've heard about them, and I wanted to check them out. So now I've got like 3 albums by them. I haven't listened to any of them yet. I don't think. Maybe I'll listen to one of them, the one with the skull on it. We've got this inner thing with the lyrics and credits and thank yous, stuff like that. Very cool. Paper sleeve, black vinyl. You know what? I'm not even gonna take it out. Black vinyl with black label with the logo. Interesting band, interesting stuff. I think this one is one of those ones where I needed to buy something to get a coupon for something else, so that made me grab that one since I already had 2 other ones. The next one is a 90s classic. Now, I'd rather have the one before this, but I paid $24, but I got a refund for it, and I get to keep it. And I'll show you just right quick. It's Beck's Odelay, and if you can see, it is bent. The cover is bent, like creased all the way down. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it. Like, I'm going to take the shrink wrap off in a second, and maybe you'll be able to see it. You can't really see it. See, that's how I saw it. I couldn't tell. And when I got it, I was like, oh, no. And I wrote to Whatnot, messaged them, and they were like, okay, free. I was like, okay, that was cool to get it free. And it says made in Germany on the back, so it's not the American pressing. I'll put that right there. So made in Germany. But maybe you guys can see it now. Yeah, you can see kind of it's creased right there all the way down. So hopefully the record's not warped or anything. I don't think it is, but we're gonna find out. So I don't know if I showed the back fully. This one had Devil's Haircut. What was it? Where It's At. That was the big hit. And I think those are the 2 singles. I don't know if there was any other singles off of this, but this one was pretty famous. It was pretty popular for a long time. They still play Where It's At on the radio. We've got some liner notes. Don't think this is lyrics, just stuff. And then the other side, we've got some crazy artwork with Beck's head right there. I'm not a huge fan of Beck, but I did like this album, and I did like the one before it. What was the one before with Loser on it? I'm not sure what the name of that one is. But I know he had some stuff earlier than that, and I have a CD of some stuff maybe. But and then his later stuff, I really didn't keep up with him. So I could have gotten a couple of his other albums pretty cheaply, and I just didn't. This is Polyline sleeve. We got the plain kind of gray logos with the David Geffen Company logos on it. I just hadn't picked them up, and I could have gotten several of his albums for like $12, and I just didn't. But I wanted this one, and I want the one before with Loser, and a couple other good songs on that one. So I'll if I can get those cheap enough. I mean, that other one's cheap enough. I'll get that one, and maybe eventually I'll get into some of the other stuff. I'm not gonna keep all that plastic though. I just want to keep the sticker that says "Made in Germany." I'm actually gonna peel it off. No, I'm not. I'm wasting you guys' time, is what I'm doing. So I'm gonna hurry up and do that. And just stick it in here. We'll deal with it later. The next one up is one that kind of was an adventure to get. The price of it was $30. But I also got this one refunded. Because it was supposed to be in perfect condition when I bought it. And they said it was in perfect condition. And it's bent on the top corner. And it's not a terrible bend, but Whatnot, the way it works is if you say it was damaged, I don't know if it was damaged in shipping or what, but I said it was damaged in shipping because that's how it didn't look bent on the screen when I bought it. I went back and watched the video. But Soundgarden's Bad Motor Finger, it's got a bend all the way across there. I don't know if you guys can see. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know if you can see it, but it's bent. It's like all the way across. And so I put the complaint in, and they gave it to me for. But when I first bought this, I bought it for $26. This was $30. I bought it for $26. I had a $10 off coupon, so I got it for $16. The guy, right after the guy sells it to me, he looks at the back of it, and it was sliced all the way across. There. Somebody must have opened the box with a box cutter or something, and he was like, it got the record too, because I would have just probably kept it if it was, because every time they had this, it got bid up high, and I let it go, and then I didn't see it for a while, and I was like, man, I hope that comes up again. I asked for it a couple times, and they never found it. Well, they found them. So this one, like I said, I paid $30, and then I said, "What not? Look, this has been damaged." Oh, you can kind of see it when I do that here, and they gave me a full refund on it, so I got it for free. Excuse me. And this is like, to me, this is their best album. I don't think there's anything in it. No liner notes or anything. And they've had a couple other albums by them too. I've gotten some, and then there's a couple I saw that I just haven't been able to get because I don't have the money anymore. Right now, anyway. And this one's got the A&M logos in the middle with track listings. This one has Rusty Cage. Outshine, those were the two big hits. Jesus Christ Pose was another one. Those are the three that had. There were singles, but I think they all had videos too. I know Rusty Cage and Outshine did. Jesus Christ Pose, I think had a video too. But this is my favorite Soundgarden album. I like the earlier stuff too. The ones that came before this, but this one I think is my favorite. This is the one that kind of pushed them into popularity, and not that matters, but that's what that's the one I like. All right, two more left. This one I already opened because I needed to check it to make sure it wasn't warped or anything. I paid $20 for that. It's the Misfits Legacy of Brutality. This one is kind of like a greatest hits or something. I didn't listen to it yet. I just looked at it. But nothing on the inside. Back cover is that, but it's I don't know what these numbers are. I guess these might be the dates that they were recorded, or when they came, because it says 178, 178, 279, 1077, 980, and 681. So I'm assuming that's when they were released, these songs. It's black vinyl. Got the Misfits logo and the skull guy on that side, and this side just got Misfits logo and Legacy of Brutality. Got a little yuck on it. Polyline sleeve. Yeah, it's not really, it doesn't have any warp really to it. I mean, maybe a little tiny bit, but not. It says 13 unreleased cuts. But we got Static Age, TV Casualty, Hybrid Moments, Spinal Remains, Comeback, Some Kind of Hate, Theme for a Jackal, Angel Fuck. We're not supposed to say that word in this channel. Who Killed Marilyn, Where Eagles Dare, She, Halloween, and American Nightmare. And I know some of these songs are on other things, but maybe they're just on other compilations or something, or different versions. But I picked that one up. They had a couple other ones. I picked up 3 of the Misfits things from them. I wanted to get the Earth AD, but I could never get it. But I got this one called Misfits. That's the glow in the dark one, and I got Static Age, which weirdly had a scratch across the vinyl. I only paid $10 for that one, and I did get a refund for that as well, because when I opened it, the record itself had just like a scratch all the way across one side, like not one whole side, but one half of a side. And it was like that. It was sealed, so it was in the packaging like that. It didn't really affect the play, but it was a weird scratch, and I was like, hey, I don't know what this is about, but because I was wanting to get it replaced, really. But Whatnot doesn't really do that. They just give you a refund. And my last one for this video is a band from Canada that's kind of an alternative rock thing. I've only seen one of these on there, and at first I didn't know what it was, because it went and it didn't say the name of it, and I didn't it's something in my head said, oh, I need to know what that is, because I know this band and I have a couple CDs by them, but I didn't have this one. And it's the Tea Party. I paid $20 for this one. This is a 2 LP remastered edition, 180 gram red vinyl, and then it's in French if you want to read it in French. Do that real quick. They're a Canadian alternative rock band. This is supposed to be a good album. I don't have this one. I have a couple of the others. Track listing. It's 2 LP, gatefold. But no, when they showed it, it was up, and nobody bid on it, and I couldn't see what the name was, because it's kind of, if you're looking at it like that, yeah, you can see it, but when it's here, it's kind of camouflaged in there. And so I don't know what made me say, what was that? And he said something like, I don't know, and he put it back up, and I zoomed in on the screen, and I could see what Tea Party is. Oh, I gotta get that. And so I did. So this is my first album by them on vinyl. I have at least 2, but I think 3 CDs by them. And none of them are this one. So maybe I got one of them. Actually, I got 2 of them sitting right here. So I've got, not that you really need to care, but I got this one, which is called Transmission, and then I've got this one that is called Triptych. This one I got at Goodwill for $1.99. This one is a cutout, but I think I got it free when I worked at a music store. So I've got 3 albums by them, but I think I might have another one, that I paid $20 total for. That's not too bad. Canadian alternative rock, if I didn't say that. So we've got this. I don't think they're anywhere near as trippy as this album cover looks. We've got some band members right here. One's got an acoustic guitar. This guy's got electric, maybe bass he's on. I don't know what this guy's doing. We've got, what do we have? We have thank yous and stuff by each member. Some more liner notes kind of stuff. We've got no inner stuff. We've got 2 albums that look exactly the same. So we've got paper sleeves. We got this red vinyl with these red labels, the band logo on it. I don't know if they didn't keep that logo though. They didn't really have a logo on the other 2. So this is the only one that has that I have anyway, that has a kind of fancy logo, and the other record is exactly the same. not my favorite color, red, for a record, because it's kind of like a muted kind of red, even though it doesn't look so bad when you're looking at it in real life. I guess it just looks a little different on the screen. But I like the ones that are more of a transparent kind of red, you know, the clearer ones, clearer, like that the wrench I showed earlier was green. If that was red, I would like that better than this, but it is what it is. So that's this little round of records. I think I got a couple of good ones, really good ones in there. A couple of them that may or may not be so great, but we'll find out. And then, but yeah, a couple bangers, as they say. Good stuff. All these came from VC Vinyl. If I didn't say that already, I'm sure I did. And good to go. So that'll be it for this episode. I'm good. Like I said, I'm gonna start on all this stuff. Excuse the plastic wrap and all that other stuff. Put it away tomorrow. But all this fun stuff. I got to go through all that, and there's 3 of these. Get all that taken care of for you guys. And let's see. And then we'll have a Christmas album show coming up this week as well. Hopefully this week. If not, it's not going to happen. But I'll show maybe not everything I own Christmas album, because I know I own some CDs and I don't know if I know where they are at the moment. You know, depending on if they're not where I think they are, we'll include those. But I got all my records pulled for that, and I'll just show what I have of Christmas albums, which will now include The Grinch. So that will be that, and we will talk to you guys later.